This is the part 2 of this cultural anime recap, and it includes episode 3 and episode 4. In this anime recap, the main character Amaizumi is 19 years old, and his face seems to be a bit different than part 1, but it was still animated by Bunny Walker. Anyways, one of his classmates noticed that the main character was very close with Reina and friends. He was very jealous of that.
It should have been me, not him!
His classmate doesn't know that the main character was dried by vacuum cleaners every day. At home, Yukina was giving him a kiss, and according to her, it usually lasts for 10 minutes.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Suddenly they were interrupted by a call. It was the main character's mother. He was letting his guard down while he was in a call. We already know that our friends usually plays some prank-making cultural sounds during this situation. But the big difference is, the main character is getting the real deal. Reina doesn't want to interrupt the call, so she was shutting her mouth with some homemade meat stick. The main character ended the call, because he was releasing too much vocal expressions. Then he gave Reina some fresh vanilla milkshake, because of global warming the milkshake was warm. She was complimenting the volume. Despite they are doing a group activity with him every day, he never fails to amaze them with his unlimited calcium source production. Meanwhile, Ruri showed him her cheerleading outfit, and for sure she will show him her cheerleading skills with that. Reina and Yukina have a part-time job, so only the main character and Ruri would be left at home. They wanted Ruri to go easy on him, but it seems like Ruri wanted a whole day connection with him. The ladies have left, and without wasting time Ruri gets straight to the point. Then both of them have some vanilla moments, and they were so indulged in their activity that they lost track on time. Their activity is a perfect pastime, but if you are single like me, we should rely on the power of our hands. Ruri asked him if he was enjoying if she was driving his rod. The main character immediately said yes, so she increased her gear for a full throttle. In return he gave her a maximum level of explosion. Then she showed that in front of his face. Luckily none of it fell on his face, because that would be gay.
Bruh.
At the campus, the main character was having some thinking moments while walking, then suddenly he was approached from behind. It was Yukina, and she wanted him to come with her in the restroom.
What?
Then she showed him that she was wearing a ready-to-use under armor. The armor was made for flexibility and it increases agility, so it have a hole in the center. She was handling his weapon with care, and she was preparing it for battle. After that they played a two-player game. She was making some loud gaming sounds, and she can't help it, because their game was so thrilling. So to tune down her volume, he plugged her with a kiss. He ended their gaming by destroying her base, but she wanted a rematch. At home the main character was living like a king, and he was getting some free ear cleaning service. His mother was coming to his place on Friday, so sadly there would be no vanilla moments for a day. But on Saturday no lady have visited him, and he was feeling bad, since none of the gals replied on his text messages to them. In reality the ladies planned on not visiting him for the following days. His birthday was on Monday, so they planned on giving him a surprise during that day. However, Reina is going to break that deal. She have never participated in an NNN event, so restraining herself was never invented in her vocabulary. Upon entering his home, she saw him crying. She instantly recognizes that he was lonely, so she will give him some wholesome entertainment. After giving him a kiss to remove his loneliness, he still feels lonely. However, there are still other ways to please a man, so she used her ultimate move called, riding on the Iron Pegasus. His vanilla milk powers was over limit, so he have no other choice but to release that power without consent. Suddenly Yukina and Ruri went to his place too. They noticed something was fishy, because Reina was not answering their calls, and now their birthday party plan was ruined. Reina told them they unconsciously tortured the main character emotionally. They apologized to him, and to compensate his loneliness they will give some vanilla-flavored emotional support. Yukina put on a cat cosplay with a cultural swimsuit. Her plan was to dry his supply, but the result was different. She did not last long after receiving his immense power of milk. By the way, Reina and Ruri are wearing some cat ears too. He give Reina some backyard applause with max level power. Also Ruri got a surprise attack, she did not see it coming to her. It was already 1 p.m. and Vanilla Moments was not yet over. He was working overtime and he was not paid with money, but as we all know he enjoyed doing his hard-working job. Finally, he got his rest after a long hours of duty. Ruri was complaining that his place was small for 4 people, since only 3 people can fit in the bed. For some unknown reason Ruri was having some suspicious smile. The next day Reina was awakened by the sound of the doorbell, and it was an unexpected guest, and it was her older sister. 1 month later, the main character was transferred to a new home. He was forced to move out from his apartment, because there is an urban planning activity. Then Ruri suggested that he should move into her father's condo, and she can give him a massive room with a massive discount. Ruri was actually a daughter of a wealthy character, so probably this event were all planned by her. I think she wanted a home court advantage with this. The main character was thinking a lot of random backstory stuff, so he was spacing out, and unconsciously something was rising and it's not the shield hero.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Reina noticed that, so she wanted him to share his thoughts to her. But his interrogation was not done verbally, instead it was done with an action. As we all know, actions speak louder than words, so he gave her a premium vanilla milkshake. Suddenly the main character wanted her to embrace him. Then both of them shared their emotional support. Ruri cannot accept that wholesome activity in front of her. She was confronting them, and she wanted to have her share of vanilla moments too. Meanwhile, Yukina asked Ruri if they have more tissues. By the way, I don't know why she needs a lot of it. Suddenly Ruri got a wisdom from the light bulb. The bright idea was simple, she take the main character with her, so they can buy tissues together. Well, it was obvious that she will have some vanilla moments with him somewhere out there. Outside their new home, they have a neighbor and it was Reina's older sister named Riza, and she was living next door. This matured lady was calling him like a power tool, because she knows that he was screwing around every day. Ruri used her privilege as the daughter of the condo owner. She was warning Riza that she will not have a discount in her unit, if she lays a hand on their milkman. During this moment Riza was able to use her scanning eyes, and she was able to detect some premium high-quality rod. Then she learned the reason why these three ladies always hang out with the main character. Later that day, the main character got his first visit at a cultured hotel. The environment was increasing the power of his rod, so he gained the Rod of Destruction. She was easily obliterated by that strength-based power, but she will not give up, and it was time for a counter-attack. Then she ride on the Iron Pegasus like a boss. She was unstoppable, so he used his nuclear bomb. It was not an ordinary bomb because the explosion is color white. During the night, the main character got a guest. It was the older sister of Reina. She was bummed out today. A while ago she went to a mixer and it was a real shitty buzzkill, so to remove the boredom she was experiencing, she decided to have a drink with them. For additional information, all the characters shown in this video were 20 years old and above, so all are adults. Yahoo! Anyways, Riza was looking for his bitches but they were not around. According to him, they went to eat out tonight, which means Riza will have a good time with the main character instead. While the main character was enjoying the moment, she was staring at him. She was analyzing the main character in order to know his type of culture. Then she concluded that he was the type of man who wanted ladies to whisper on his ears while giving him a helping hand. She unleashed his kraken, and she was happy to see a massive unit. Instead of giving him some hand exercise, she will play a game with him, and that game is called the Feeding Frenzy game. After that she used some elastic shields, and they have turned on the vanilla mode. She got some high-quality entertainment with him, so she offered to take him home. However, that plan was stopped, because the landlady was here. The ladies went home immediately after realizing that this event might happen. Riza was defending herself, because she was a victim too. Every day she hears gaming sounds, so it activated her gaming sense. Meanwhile, the main character was escaping the scenario. Unfortunately he was caught, and they will punish him for cheating to them. He was tortured using a stop-motion system. In other words, they will stop when he was about to perform that motion. Yukina saw his face in despair, and she felt pity. Reina and Ruri were not going to pardon him for sharing his homemade milkshake creation to Riza. The three girls were busy arguing, so Yukina used this opportunity to sneak to him, and she will help him relieve that heavy burden. Her secret operation was pointless, because she immediately created a loud volume of gaming sounds that caught the other ladies' attention. Both of them are being lovey-dovey, and calling each other's first name as a sign of intimacy. They were jealous with that, so as a punishment they will use his unlimited stamina, and have a long-duration vanilla time. By the way, the adult lady joined in their fun too, and she was happily riding on the Iron Pegasus. That's the end of this cultural anime recap, and probably the next episodes will discuss about a vacation scene. By the way, here is your research material, so that you may enjoy this wholesome group activity. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe or you will be like his classmate.